Hey guys, today I'll be going over which one, in my opinion, I think it's harder, 9 Circles or Jawbreaker. And since I beat them both, I can provide a fair review of both of them. Alright, first off we got 9 Circles. It starts off with a pretty learnable cube that I'd say like anyone could really do. It has very minimal memory to it and is pretty sight readable. Next is the ship section, which I think for the most part is pretty easy. Now the ball part I'd say is a lot harder and requires a lot more memory, but it's not all that bad. Now we're at the drop, where I'd say it's probably the hardest part in the level. There's a lot of tight timings, but pretty doable if you get consistent. As the wave goes on, it pretty much warns you beforehand if it's going to go upside down or mini, but overall it's pretty forgiving. Then it ends off with a cube that has more memory to it, but it really isn't that bad in general. So if you're looking for your first hard demon to beat, especially if you're like wave carried, then I definitely recommend this level. But without further ado, let's go on to Jawbreaker. Alright, so this first cube section is basically the same as 9 Circles is, but it requires a lot more memory and a lot more annoying timings. Okay, I probably died to the ship part more than I died to the actual like drop. And this ball part could be annoying, but good thing it's really short. And somehow we're already at the drop. This first part's pretty doable, but then it just chucks you into some gravity portals that look similar to Tidal Wave's gameplay. But the rest of the first half isn't that bad. Now the second half of the drop is where the difficulty starts to ramp up a little bit. There's a lot more gravity portals and fakes, so you gotta watch out for those. Although this was like the hardest part of the level for me, it's still pretty learnable. And then it just keeps chucking you into as many gravity portals as it can until the level ends. But overall, not really that bad. But which one is harder, you ask? In my honest opinion, I think it's Jawbreaker. The cube, ship, and ball parts are pretty short, but also pretty hard. And also, I only remember there being like 1 or 2 fakes in 9 Circles, but in Jawbreaker, there's a lot of them. And they do have similar gameplay, but I feel like Jawbreaker's gameplay is just harder to learn. So yeah, that's why I think Jawbreaker is harder than 9 Circles. Subscribe so we can reach 1,000.